Let's rewind to 1974, a year when rock wasn't just music, it was rebellion, reinvention, and revolution. The amps got louder, the hair got longer, and the sound, it carved a whole new road for future generations.
'Cause I'm T.N.T, I'm dynamite. And blue jean, baby queen, prettiest girl I ever seen.
And wait till you see what lands at number 1. It purred its way into history and detonated like champagne on fire. Number 15, Diamond Dogs by David Bowie.
Young girl, they call them the Diamond Dogs.
This was Bowie at his most dystopian. Diamond Dogs was less a song and more a theatrical sledgehammer, inspired by Orwell's 1984, yet twisted through Bowie's glam rock lens. If you've ever felt like the world was crumbling around you, but still wanted to strut through it in platform boots, this one hits deep.
That Halloween Jack is a real cool cat. He lives on top of Manhattan Chase.
The riff, grim and grinding. The vocals, unhinged elegance. Bowie blurred the line between man and myth here, a carnival barker in a post-apocalyptic circus.
They call them the Diamond Dogs.
And if you thought this was intense, wait until we get to a southern rock anthem that still stirs up barroom debates. Number 14, Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Sweet home Alabama, where the sky looks blue.
3 chords, 1 riff, infinite controversy. Sweet Home Alabama wasn't just a response to Neil Young. It was a rebel yell wrapped in Southern pride. But let's be honest, whether you love it or critique it, that opening lick hits like lightning.
Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home, see my kid.
Ronnie Van Zant's drawl gave voice to the complicated heart of the South, and Skynyrd's swagger made sure rock radio would never forget them. This wasn't just a song, it was a cultural flashpoint.
They pick me up when I'm feeling blue. Now how about you? Sweet home Alabama.
Coming up next, a road song that sounded like a full-throttle escape plan. Number 13, Radar Love by Golden Earring.
We've got a wave in the air. Radar love.
Radar Love is what you blast when you're chasing the horizon at 90 miles per hour with the windows down and no destination in sight. Dutch rockers Golden Earring gave us a track that felt like motion itself, pulsating bass, tom-heavy drums, and lyrics that spoke of a lover's telepathic pull.
When she is lonely and the longing gets too much.
It became an anthem for every restless soul, every late-night drive, every I just need to get out of here moment. And speaking of highways and grit,
We've got a thing that's called radar love.
the next track rumbles out of tech with a beard and a vengeance. And inspired a generation of misfits and dreamers. But next, we bring it back to the humid blues belt of America, where a little trio gave rock a growl that never let up. And I'll growl you a riff if you hit that subscribe button right now. Number 12, Grange by ZZ Top.
Have you got the time and the time to get yourself in?
You hear that intro, the dusty guitar, the sneaky build, and you already know what's coming. Grange was a masterclass in groove rock minimalism. ZZ Top turned a Texas brothel into a rock legend with lyrics that barely said anything, but meant everything.
That home out on the range, they got a lot of nice girls there.
Billy Gibbons' guitar tone, filthy in the best way. This was back alley blues turned stadium roar. But if this one made your foot stomp, the next song made your whole body move and maybe even got you into a little dance fight. Number 11, Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang.
Jungle boogie, jungle boogie, jungle boogie, jungle boogie.
Wait, funk in a rock countdown? Jungle Boogie crashed through the genre gates and demanded to be heard. This song fused raw guitar licks with brass blasts and primal chants, injecting rock's rigid form with something loose, sweaty, and undeniably cool. It influenced everyone from the Red Hot Chili Peppers to early punk-funk hybrids. If you've ever been in a crowd that suddenly went feral when the beat dropped, thank this song. But up next, we slow it down just a notch with a voice that can melt steel and a chorus you can't stop singing. Number 10, Can't Get Enough by Bad Company.
I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love.
This track defined what a rock anthem sounds like. It opens with a guitar riff that feels like a punch to the chest, and Paul Rodgers' voice, pure wildfire. Can't Get Enough was the ultimate declaration of lust, freedom, and no apologies swagger. It didn't need complex lyrics, just raw energy and unapologetic desire. If you've ever had a moment that felt larger than life, this was your soundtrack. And if that hit you in the chest, the next one's gonna hit you right between the eyes. With sunglasses on. Number 9, The Bitch Is Back by Elton John. Yes, that Elton. In 1974, Elton John kicked the door down with his snarky, snarling banjo. This wasn't the balladeer of your song. This was leather, glam, and full-on attitude. Inspired by his own offstage reputation, The Bitch Is Back turned tabloid frenzy into a personal anthem. The horns punched, the guitars wailed, and Elton strutted like a rock god in a feather boa. It showed the world that theatricality and edge could coexist and dominate. Coming next, a stuttered chorus that became the accidental catchphrase of a generation. Number 8, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet by Bachman Turner Overdrive.
She said I got it coming to me, but I wanted it that way.
That stutter, totally accidental and totally iconic. What started as a joke for a sibling ended up becoming BTO's biggest hit. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet is the kind of song that kicks in and suddenly you're 5 beers deep.
He said that any love is good love.
Shouting along with every word like your life depends on it. Its success came from that very imperfection, proving once and again that rock and roll is about feel, not polish. But speaking of raw energy, next up is the moment Australia gave us their loudest export yet. Number 7, T.N.T. by AC/DC.
'Cause I'm T.N.T. Dynamite. T.N.T. And I wanna fight.
Before they took over the world, AC/DC was already setting it on fire back home in Australia. T.N.T. was thunder in a leather vest, a headbanger's manifesto built on swagger, simplicity, and those legendary Young Brothers riffs. Bon Scott's vocals were venomous and cheeky, warning you with a wink and a snarl, he's dynamite. It laid the blueprint for the sound AC/DC would perfect just a few years later. But this was the raw spark. And if that was pure explosion, the next song brought a guitar so greasy you could fry bacon on it. Number 6, Rock and Roll, Hoochie Kool by Rick Derringer.
Rock and roll, Hoochie Kool. Well, go out and spread the news.
This was the kind of song that made you want to grow your hair out, rip your sleeves off, and hit the gas. Rock and Roll Hoochie Kool was Rick Derringer's breakout solo moment, a scorching slab of electric bravado. The solo iconic, the chorus irresistible. It was built for live shows, dive bars, and moments when the only thing that mattered was the next note.
Rock and roll, Hoochie Kool. Lordy mama, not my view.
It captured the spirit of every kid with a guitar and a dream in their garage. But next up, a band so bold, they named a song and themselves after a storm rolling in. Number 5, Bad Company by Bad Company.
That's what they call bad company. I won't deny.
There's something mystical about this one. Bad Company wasn't just a song, it was an oath. Paul Rodgers returned to the list with vocals that felt like gospel dipped in gunpowder, while the piano and guitar created a haunting sense of vastness.
Bad company, tell the day we die. All right.
This was outlaw rock at its most cinematic. You could practically see the dust clouds and long shadows. It redefined what a band name could mean when the title track became the soul of the group. But if you think that was deep, wait till we get to a song that made being alone feel like being on top of the world. Number 4, Rock On by David Essex.
Blue jean, baby queen, prettiest girl I ever seen.
Hey kids, rock and roll. That opening line slinks out like a secret. David Essex, Rock On, was an eerie, minimalist masterpiece, less about noise and more about vibe. With its echoey bass and ghostly production, it gave rock something unexpected. Bass, it asked you to listen between the notes.
Hey, did you rock and roll? Rock on my soul.
It wasn't screaming for attention, it was whispering in a dark corner, and that made it even more magnetic. And now we arrive at a song that glam rock fans still hold close, like a secret weapon. Number 3, Rebel Rebel by David Bowie.
Rebel, rebel, join your dance. Yeah. Rebel, rebel, faces and dance. Rebel, rebel, you could be love.
Rebel Rebel was Bowie's love letter to the beautiful misfits. That riff, one of the most iconic in rock history, was practically a battle cry. The lyrics celebrated
Put you down, say I know. The type of thing, put them on, yeah.
gender fluidity, self-expression, and sticking out in a world that begged you to blend in. It was raw, dirty, and endlessly Bowie let the glitter fade just a bit here and gave us grit with eyeliner. It resonated then and maybe even more now. But the next one, it was steely, smooth, and just cryptic enough to spark debate for decades. Number 2, Rikki, Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan.
Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else.
Slick, subtle, sophisticated. Rikki, Don't Lose That Number was the closest thing rock had to a jazz lounge cool, and Steely Dan made it unforgettable with his haunting intro lifted from Horace Silver and lyrics cloaked in coded longing. It invited listeners to lean in close. Donald Fagen's voice glided like smoke across that tight rhythm section.
You could have a change of heart.
This was rock for the thinkers, the poets, the ones who felt too much and said too little. It didn't shout, it lingered, but nothing could prepare you for what exploded at number 1, a song so stylish, so sharp, it turned a Baroque melody into a glam rock grenade. Number 1, Killer Queen by Queen.
She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine, dynamite with a laser beam.
This was it. The turning point. With Killer Queen, Freddie Mercury arrived full regalia, dazzling wit, and a voice that could cut through steel and still sound like silk.
If you came naturally from Paris, naturally, because she couldn't care less, fastidious and precise.
Brian May's guitar was elegant chaos, and the whole track moved like a waltz laced with gunpowder. It was camp, craft, and chaos in perfect balance. Queen didn't just break the rules, they rewrote them with a wink. This wasn't just a song, it was a reintroduction to what rock could be. Clever, dramatic, fearless, and once it played, there was no going back. And there you have it, 15 rock songs from 1974 that changed music history forever. From barroom brawlers to velvet-gloved revolutions, every track on this list shaped the soundscape we still live in today. Which one hit you the hardest? Drop your favorite below or tell us which one we should have included. If this countdown shook something loose in you, you have to check out our next episode, 15 Rock Ballads That Made Grown Men Cry. It's right there on your screen. Click it and relive the moments that turned amplifiers into altars. Because music doesn't just soundtrack our lives, it rewires them. Rock on, and don't lose that number.